I still remember the sound of my father's voice tonight, older, shaky, unprepared for the storm he never saw coming. He looked at me as if seeing a ghost. Maybe he was. Maybe the girl he banished 12 years ago really did die. I didn't sit. I wanted him to feel the imbalance. "Dad," I said calmly, "it's time you hear the truth." His jaw tightened, just like it did the night he threw me out. And that's where the confession begins. Back then, I was 19, scared, pregnant, but strangely hopeful. Because I believed family meant safety. I believed parents protected their kids. Naive, I know. When I told them about the baby, my mother stared at her hands like I had ruined them. My father didn't stare at anything. He exploded. "Abort it or get out," he said. Cold. Final. I begged. I told them I couldn't. I told them the truth. If I do, we'll all be in danger. But the more terrified I sounded, the more convinced he became that I was lying to manipulate him. "Enough," he roared. "Pack your bags. Get out of this house." And like a dutiful disgrace, I left. But I didn't walk into the night alone. The hidden truth. I met Lucas 2 years before the pregnancy. He was gentle, in a quiet way, the kind of person who studied exits in every room and never sat with his back to a door. I thought it was quirkiness. I thought it was trauma. Turns out, it was training. He told me things slowly, carefully, witness protection, a family with enemies, people still searching for them. When I found out I was pregnant, he went pale in a way I'd never seen. "We'll protect him," he whispered, hand trembling against my stomach. "But you can't, ever, tell your parents. If the wrong people find out, they'll use anyone to get to us." But I was 19 and stupidly optimistic. I thought honesty meant protection. I thought family meant shelter. I thought wrong. The night my parents throw me out, Lucas moved us to another state within hours. New identities, new records, new lives. For 12 years, we stayed hidden. And then the threat was gone, officially. The men chasing Lucas's family were arrested, names released. It was finally safe. Safe enough to return. Safe enough for the truth to become a weapon. Suspicion, then certainty. When I resurfaced online under my real name, my parents reached out in minutes. Guilt ages people, faster than time does. Their first message, "We're so glad you're alive." Their second, "Come home, we want to meet our grandson." Not out of love, out of fear. People with guilty consciences always want witness statements cleaned. I agreed to visit, but not to reconcile, to deliver the truth in a way they'd never forget. Planning the return. I didn't scream, didn't accuse, didn't drag the past into the light yet. I did something better. I gathered documents, sealed court records, letters from federal agents, proof of the threat that once surrounded my pregnancy. And the final piece, a recording. 12 years ago, my father's voice echoing down the hallway while I cried, "Pack your bags and get out." Lucas had saved it. Just in case, he'd said, he always planned ahead. The confrontation. Tonight, I walked into my childhood home like it was a crime scene, because in many ways, it was. My mother tried to hug me. I stepped back. My father tried to speak. I didn't let him. "You kicked out a 19-year-old girl who was being hunted," I said quietly, "and you didn't believe her." He paled. "Hunted? What are you talking about?" I laid out the documents, one by one, like evidence in a trial. Hearing the federal agent's statements made him sink into his chair. But the recording? God, the recording shattered him. His own roar played through the speaker, the sound of a man so blinded by pride he couldn't see danger unless it punched him. When it ended, the silence tasted metallic. "You put all of us at risk," I said. "If those men had found you, thinking you were part of Lucas's family, you would have never survived it." My father's lips trembled. I didn't know." "No," I said, "you didn't listen, and that was the difference. Ignorance is forgivable. Willful deafness isn't." The payoff. My mother cried. My father broke. I felt nothing but the quiet liberation of a wound finally closing. "I'm not here for forgiveness," I said as I stood. "I'm here for clarity. So you understand why my son will never call you grandparents." Their faces collapsed. Good. Consequences should hurt. I walked out of that house the same way I left 12 years ago, but this time I wasn't the one who was lost. They were. And that, finally, was justice.